VPFI forever.
Hello, my name is Eduardo Soto, straight from São Paulo countryside in Brazil, and this content that you are about to check is sponsored by VPFI Forever, the English platform. Access it. Hey Clinton Davis, how are you doing today?
Hey, Eduardo Soto, I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
I'm doing all right too, man. Well, it was some days that we started these episodes crazier and crazier, and then I decided, okay, I'm going to start it basic. I'm going to generate a flow of experiences to the guys, and then they are going to think, what comes next? What comes next? And boom, nothing comes. So, yeah.
The most anticlimactic show in all of podcasteria.
For sure, man, for sure. But man, you know what? Today I want to talk to you about our personal professions. I mean, I'm a teacher, you're a teacher, and then we could talk about our experiences inside the classroom. What do you think about that?
Sure, we can do that.
Yeah, so let's start talking about for what ages do you usually teach?
So I've taught mostly high school.
Mhm.
So most of my students were within like 14 to 16. I've had a couple of classes of seniors, like 17, maybe an 18-year-old, but for the most part, I've had 14 to 16.
Got it.
Yeah, when I was getting my master's degree, I taught 2 college classes. That was a great experience. And I did teach 1 year of middle school, so like 12, 13-year-olds. I got a wide range of experience. Don't take me wrong.
Yeah, I can say that my range it's a little bigger, I guess, because I can take like from 3 years old to hundreds, Like I have kids, I have even babies studying English with me there because I teach in a high school there, but I also teach for the kindergarten.
Wow.
Yeah. And man, it's so nice to teach them, some of them, when they don't start crying, you get? But when they are willing to have class, I mean, man, it's so magical. Like
Yeah.
you speak things and they ask, hey, teacher, what's that? What's that? And then you teach them, and then they arrive at their houses saying, Mommy, did you know that this is a bottle? Oh, yeah, bottle. Yo, man, it's so
Yeah,
priceless. So
yeah,
priceless.
I love it when they're curious.
Yeah, yeah. And I noticed that the older we get, less curious we are. That's so sad. We don't want to learn how to play games. We don't want to find out about new songs and stuff like that. I consider it a little bit sad and maybe frustrating too.
Yeah, it definitely can be.
But man, as I said, we are going to be talking about the experiences. So I want to know, share it with me, a nice experience that comes from the top of your mind inside a classroom.
I mean, anytime where you can see where your kids have like learned something, or like maybe at the end of the year where you have a student who they really appreciated you more than what you realize. Like the year that I taught middle school, my Algebra 1 class, I had a couple of students in there that, to the best way I know how to put it, is they sucked the life out of that room.
Wow.
And I just didn't know how to deal with it. Like I did the best that I could. I mean, I had only been teaching like 2, 3 years at that point. So I did the best that I could, but I still felt like I had pretty well just failed with that group. I mean, my scores on the state test were comparable to the state average, the district average, but still. But what was nice was at the end of the year, one of my students like wrote me a little card that was saying, I was really happy that you were my math teacher. Like, you know a lot about the subject and this and that. I thought that was really special. I was like, oh, okay, so I actually, not everything is lost.
Man, I am the kind of teacher. I get I don't know if you will understand if I say that get friend, not get friend, like the level of friendship that I get with my students, it's something really different.
Maybe. I feel like in your setting, like you run a private school and you've got all ages, I think you're probably more able to do that. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah, it
Like you
does.
can, like you're able to forge like a more close relationship with your students than I can.
That's the point. Like here behind my back, you can see that I have four desks, right? And I have more three in there. But most part of my students, they study in a system that we call here VIP. It's just one person and me, one person and me, and they tell me that they share secrets. They say stuff that they wouldn't share even with their best friends. So I get to feel special to their lives too, because I mean they trust me, and they while learning English, they can share nice stuff with me, and I feel so awesome about that.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like they know that you're not going to judge them, whatever it is that they have to share.
Yeah.
And that you got to tell somebody sometimes. Like if you carry a lot of things inside of you, it weighs you down.
Uh-huh. Totally, totally. Yeah. And man, about I believe the best part of being a teacher, because before being a teacher, I was a IT guy. I don't know in English, do the guys say that? Or
Yeah, you can
TI?
say that, an
IT,
IT guy.
the guy with the that fix computers and stuff, yeah?
Yeah, somehow I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
I don't think you ever told me that.
Real okay, so 3 years before I worked as an IT guy 3 years before becoming an English teacher in 2010.
Wow.
And
So I'm going to commandeer your show for a second and I'm going to ask the questions. So, what made you want to change?
money, money, bitch.
Honey, really?
I'm mocking, but it's real. I mean, man, I worked from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. to get like $20 per day.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was so crap. And then my then teacher told me, she was the owner of her English school, and she said, "Well, you are a student that developed way faster. It's not normal. You have a way of teaching, a way of speaking that people understand you. Would you like to become a teacher?" And I said, "No, my life is inside a computer." She asked me once. Okay. 6 months later, the school grew a whole lot. And then she came back again and said, "Wow, Eduardo, I want you to become a teacher. Please start taking the trainings as a teacher and stuff." And I said, "No, my life is inside the computer, blah, 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 blah." And 6 months later, she said, "Eduardo, I am going to pay you $10 per hour per class, and you are going to work here at my school under my supervision." I just did the math. I mean, okay, I worked from 9 to 6 to get to 20 fucking bucks. And then she told me that if I taught 2 classes in a day, I would get the same amount of money. Clinton, you would have done the same, right?
You best believe.
So man, I believe I came to this profession about because of the money. Yeah, sure, I did. I'm not a hypocrite to say that. And I am here today because I love it. I found myself. I discovered. Is this a good verb to use in this sentence? I discovered my
Yeah,
own.
you discovered, yeah.
I discovered myself inside a classroom, and it's so magical. It's so powerful to be in front of a person and transferring what you know, what you learned to this person. And you look at their eyes, and they look at you saying, "Wow, he's my teacher. His English is nice. Wow, it's so good." Man, come on. I get so I don't know, emotive maybe to talk
So
about this.
emotional.
Yeah, so emotional. It's so,
Yeah,
it's really, that's why I became an English teacher. But nowadays, it's my call for life.
right. That's
Yeah.
good.
And you, how about you? Why did
How
you?
I got into teaching?
Yeah.
So, kind of a roundabout way, I guess you could say. It wasn't exactly the same as your situation. I was studying mathematics because I had intended to study meteorology, the weather. And but at the school that I got a scholarship for, they didn't have like a meteorology program, but I was going to study mathematics and physics. That was the plan. But while I was there, like I met a lot of people from different countries. I went on a little trip to Clarkston, Georgia, and I really enjoyed like being around all these different people from the world and learning about just language and linguistics in general. And so I was like, okay, I could teach English as a second language.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had intended to do that, but I haven't been able to get into ESL around here. I'll just leave it at things happened that brought me back to home, and well, they needed math teachers, and well, I can teach math, so therefore I do.
Okay.
Because we have a huge shortage of math teachers. I don't know if I'll be able to get into an ESL classroom with the district. I just don't see it happening.
Mm-hmm. I see. I remember this when we recorded years ago, the 30 questions or more. Remember when I invited you to be a guest? Yeah, by that time, we would never imagine that we were going to have a whole block, a whole section here just for us, right?
Absolutely. How things change.
Yeah, a lot in a short period of time. And
Mhm.
talking about a period of time, our period of time is over because
Really?
we must go
Wow.
now. Yeah, yeah. But man, promise me, tomorrow we're gonna be back, right?
I'll be here.
I'll be here too. So we're gonna be together talking to these amazing people that follow our podcast here, right?
That's right.
All right. So have a great one, Clinton Davis.
You too, Mr. Soto.
Bye bye, dude. Sen.
Ciao.
Well, I hope you have enjoyed the talk for today. You can find us on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, and many other social medias. You just have to type VPFI forever, and there will be a lot of other content there for you. Have a great one. See you next time. VPFI forever.